Well, Karina and Jason, the last thing this community in this area needs is more rain, and that's exactly what they're getting right now. We've gone through periods of some pretty intense rain over the last few hours. It's been a very intense and heart-wrenching last couple of days for the people here in the Globe Miami area, and I'm pleased and just thankful right now to be joined with the mayor of Globe, Al Germano. Mayor, can you just walk us through kind of these search and rescue efforts and kind of where things stand right now? I know the rain has changed plans a little bit.
You bet. It all started last night. Again, this rain that came in was unexpected. It was quick, and we're used to flash flood areas in our area periodically, but this was a tremendous amount of water that fell historically and entered into our washways, washing down vehicles. We have a company, propane tank company, that's west or south of the city here, and they had close to 1,000 propane bottles stored there, and those were washed into the wash also in our streets. So our main concern, our main objective last night was search and rescue, because we had vehicles in the wash that needed to be searched in case there was occupants within that. The next thing was to try and open Highway 60, and that was securing propane bottles and vehicles that were spread all over Highway 60, which was closed for several hours.
And I know the rain, you said, has kind of at least temporarily paused some of these search and rescue efforts. Can you describe what it's been like in this town the last 48 hours or so?
Well, it's been, we're very fortunate. We received a lot of resources from all over the state. We probably had 150 to 200 volunteers that have come to our community, and we started looking in the washes about 3 miles west of the city and walking their ways towards the city to check all vehicles that were in the wash. But today we have had to pause it numerous times because of the rains that are coming in, and with the concerns of flash flooding and our safety of our first responders.
So you guys today issued a state of emergency locally. The governor's doing the same. How will that help moving forward as we, continue kind of these search and rescue efforts and then beyond?
That'll be huge. Nothing that'll stop us or accelerate the search and rescue. What's going to help us is this federal funding that the governor signed. She authorized the funding. Working with our state legislators, we'll be able to get that funding hopefully immediately. What we need to do is get into our buildings that have tremendous amount of damage to them and get them assessed so we can start reconstruction of this downtown area.
And I know you're asking people to stay away from the downtown, stay away from the active search and rescue. A lot of people all over the state want to help. What's the best way people can do that right now?
I think I know there's a lot of people that want to come to the area and clean up and help with supplies. Give us some time to organize there. We have a Type 3 incident management team taking over tonight, and we'll have more details as to where their command post will be so we can send supplies there. I know a lot of people want to come in that live in our community to the downtown to help our business community clean up, but give us the time to secure it. We still have a lot of propane tanks, natural gas leaks and stuff like that. In order to make it safe, we need to wait and let our public works department take care of that.
Mayor, thank you so much for the time. I know it's been a long couple of days, so thank you so much for spending a couple minutes with us. We'll be here in Globe for the next couple of hours. We'll have more live reports throughout the afternoon, so make sure you stay with us here. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Zach, thank you. And Governor Katie Hobbs is also holding a news conference right now about the devastation in Globe.
That news conference started just a short time ago. Here's what she had to say.
My heart is with all of these Arizonans. People who lost loved ones, people looking for family members and friends, people who had to leave their homes in a hurry, people whose businesses were inundated by floodwaters. The safety of Arizonans is my top priority, and I want you to know that as governor, I have your back. We are unleashing the full force of state government to support the people of Gila County. My state of emergency declaration directs critical state resources to support ongoing search and rescue operations, as well as cleanup and recovery. I've also authorized the deployment of the Arizona National Guard to support efforts in Gila County as necessary. In addition, my office has been in touch with the San Carlos Apache tribe, and we're prepared to provide support to communities on the reservation through the State Mutual Aid Compact. State agencies are working around the clock to support local and tribal partners. We have ramped up information sharing and coordination to ensure resources are deployed quickly and effectively. The State Emergency Operations Center is activated at Level 1 with 24-hour staffing from 20 agencies and more than 45 personnel. The Joint Information Center is activated with representatives from key state agencies. We deployed state liaison officers to support Gila County's Emergency Operations Center. We are supporting efforts to get missing individuals to safety. More than 70 personnel from the Department of Public Safety and 6 different county sheriff's offices are engaged in search and rescue operations. The Department of Public Safety has deployed ranger and drone support to aid in aerial search and rescue, with the Arizona National Guard activation on standby. The Arizona Department of Agriculture personnel are assessing reports of missing and deceased livestock. We're working to keep neighborhoods and roads safe from hazardous materials and debris, and to support local law enforcement and dispatchers. 6 hazmat teams from 8 agencies, including mutual aid from California, are addressing hazardous material incidents. More than 25 Arizona Department of Transportation staff and crews have supported with road clearance. The Department of Public Safety has deployed a 13-member team to support law enforcement backfill and increased call volume in Gila County. And the Department of Public Safety is helping provide relief to 911 centers in Gila County. Finally, my administration has been in contact with FEMA leadership, including Acting Administrator Richardson, and we're in close coordination with Region 9 Administrator Fenton. 30 minutes ago, I personally spoke with Secretary Noem, who expressed her appreciation for the state's leadership, the work of our first responders, and strong coordination between local and state governments. She also indicated that FEMA will be prepared to assist as necessary. I want to thank everyone who is contributing to these efforts and helping keep our neighbors safe. And I want to encourage Arizonans to stay clear of flooded areas and continue to follow local guidance.